Chet Holmgren, like I said, saw in both Salt Lake City and Las Vegas. His debut in Salt Lake was just sensational. 23 points, 6 block shots. That maybe set the bar a little high for what to expect. I don't think Holmgren is going to be that kind of scorer on a consistent basis in the NBA. He had no more than 16 points in the other summer league games he's played so far. But, we still saw all of the things that made him my favorite prospect in this year's draft. Number one in my stats-based projections. That starts with his shooting. Hit 42% of his threes from the NBA line and was 16 of 17 at the free throw line, which is really impressive. And that's something that tends to be an indicator of how well a player is going to shoot. Historically, we see that with, players' college stats translating to the NBA. His block pace slowed a bit after that 6 in his first game, but still impressive rim protection. Really swallows guys up when he blocks their shots with his length. And, had one block that it was called a goaltend because he went up and just took the ball out of midair in his last game against Sacramento. And, I've watched that replay several times. It doesn't look like a goaltend to me. I think the referees might have just been kind of fooled by the fact that they're not used to seeing players do that. The other aspect of his defensive game is we saw Holmgren at times switch out onto guards and be effective doing that. That's pretty impressive for a 7-footer and, shows the defensive versatility he has that maybe separates him from some of the more traditional defensive centers who sometimes have a difficult time staying on the court or being as effective deep in the playoffs. I would say the biggest struggle for Chet Holmgren right now is kind of adjusting to playing off the dribble in traffic. That's something he was able to do at Gonzaga a little bit more. You see this with a lot of top draft picks coming to the NBA. Guys always love the spin move early on, and that's way more difficult to execute against NBA defenders than it is in college. And Xavier Simpson in particular, the much beloved player who was with the Orlando Magic here, known as Captain Hook because he is a practitioner of hook shots at like 6'1". Simpson stripped him multiple times off the dribble. So, that's an area I think that's going to improve for Holmgren. But, the combination of, again, his prowess in the paint, defensive versatility, the fact that he can finish out of the pick and roll as a lob threat, finish some off-target lobs with impressive dunks, and then also make threes. I mean, that's kind of the ideal modern big man. That's what we saw from Chet Holmgren.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.